Hi and welcome back to the channel. If you're here, it's probably because you were wondering if you want to record your violin playing, which microphone should you buy? And I will try to answer that question right now. Today I'm reviewing 3 different microphones for violin and violin only. Why is that? Well, one reason is that my whole life I've been struggling with my own recordings. Sounding not like me. Similar as when you hear your voice, your own voice in a recording, you probably startle and think, well, that's not me. It's the same with my violin. So now I was trying different microphone settings to try to understand if I can get a recording which sounds like I do hear myself while playing. So the violin is one of the instruments with the most harmonics. Therefore, it is quite difficult to record properly. When I was starting a couple of years ago recording some stuff for me, I had bought the Rode NT55 used, and they were very cheap back then, and at first I was pretty satisfied. It was a huge improvement from anything I've had before. This is it. Afterwards I was still not satisfied with the way the high frequencies were sounding. So I read some stuff online and I came across the fact that the NT55 has a half-inch diaphragm. So it means the surface which captures the sound is very little. And then on a very intuitive basis, I thought, what if I take a microphone with a bigger diaphragm? So I went online looking for them and I stumbled across the NT1 and the NT2. The NT1 5th generation and the NT2 I've had in my studio for about a couple of days now, and I had time to test them. So let's begin with the NT1 5th generation. The 5th generation is a dual connect microphone, which means it has the XLR port and the USB-C port. So you can connect it directly to a computer or even to a phone or a tablet and use it directly as an audio interface. The NT2-A and the NT55, they have both only the XLR connection. All 3 microphones need to be powered with phantom 48 volt connection. So if you want to carry them with you and set up a quick studio in a hotel room, then the NT1 5th generation should be the way to go for you. The NT55 is very portable, is very light. It comes with the possibility to attach 2 different kind of capsules, either cardioid or omni capsule. It is a very directional microphone when used with the cardioid capsule, and as I said before, it has a half-inch diaphragm. I've found it very, very good in live situations because you can isolate very well the source of the sound that you're recording, and even with big ensembles you can use several of them to record a large number of players. The NT1 5th generation, which is different from the other NT1s, is quite a big microphone. It is only a directional microphone. It has a 1-inch diaphragm. As I said before, is a dual connection microphone. It is capable of 32 bits floating recordings, and it has no settings whatsoever on the body. I found it to be a bit too harsh colored on the high frequencies on the violin. I had read in some reviews that the NT2 should be a bit more natural and more fuller in the sound compared to the NT1s, so I thought I would compare the 2 models 1 to 1. Let's talk about prices. I don't live in the US, so I'm not an expert on that market, but I've looked a bit online and I've found that the NT55 goes from $200 used up to $370 new, and around $700 for the couple. The NT1 5th generation goes from about $160 used up to $250 new, and the NT2-A goes from about $200 used up to $400 new. Anyway, what has to be said is that all 3 of them are amazing and very, very much worth the price. Now let me explain a moment the setting that I used to test them. I am in my studio. It is not a treated room. I am no professional in audio recording, and I was looking for something optimized in high quality violin sound. this is a relatively loud environment for recordings because I have some devices running like a router, a Synology. The light I'm using is also a fan which is producing a bit of noise. I'll speak about mono recording only for this purpose, and I will compare only pure sounds, no editing. The original files are in the descriptions in uncompressed audio format. While playing, I will be standing approximately 120 centimeters from the NT1 and from the NT2, and the NT55 is overhead. And now let's listen to the examples. So now you have heard how they sound. Let's get to the conclusions. About the NT1 5th generation, it is amazing for the money that it costs. The USB connection is a great plus if you want to be mobile in your recordings. And of course the 32-bit floating recording possibility is a huge relief because you don't have to regulate the levels before to start recording. The NT55, if one step further to more professional settings, with several of them you can record very well in big rooms and big groups. It is very portable and it is very directional, so it's a very pure sound that you're getting. And I have to say, for my ears, the NT2 is the best one when it comes to quality, and it is the most realistic one when it comes to compare what I do hear while playing and what I hear on the recording. So which one would I buy? If we speak about quality only, of course the NT2, and probably it's also the one I will keep between the NT1 and the NT2, because I don't see myself traveling much around with them. It stays in my studio connected to some kind of audio interface, and I have no problem at all with that. Should I be someday in need of traveling more, then of course I would switch to the NT1 5th generation. There is another option, and this is the Warm Audio 87, which is allegedly the same as the Neumann 87. This could be a much bigger upgrade in terms of nice sound and real sound when it comes to the violin. And if you're interested, then leave some comments, then maybe I'll buy it and review that one too. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.